everyone, Tenja here. So we rolled into May, and we all know what that means. Another month of the trading post. So let's head over and see what items they have available for us this month. So the first thing we have is a new transmog set. It is the Ensemble, Vestments of the Honored Valarjar. This is a cloth only set, so it's only available for your priests, your mages, and your warlocks. It's a recolor of the Chosen Dead set, which you obtained in the Trial of Valor. And if you decide to purchase this, it will set you back 850 Trader's Tenders. Overall, it's a really nice looking set. If one of my clothies were a main character, I would be tempted to pick it up. I don't have a lot of transmog on my cloth characters, so at this point in time I'm going to just hang on to my tender and hope next month has a little better option for me. Pushing on to our next item. Our next item is another ensemble. This time it's the Kvaldir Scout Leathers. This set is a leather only set, so it's only available for your rogues, your monks, your druids, and your demon hunters. So this set is a recolor of the Fallen Runelord set that drops from Island Expeditions. The difference is, if you have the Island Expedition version, instead of a chest piece, you'll have a rope. If you decide this is something you want to purchase, it'll run you 750 Trader's Tenders. And again, just like cloth sets, I don't do a lot of leather sets, and even though this is a really nice looking leather set, and I think it would look really good on my rogue, I think I'm going to hold off on it and see if next month has a better option for me. Pushing on to our next item. Up next we have a battle pet. This is Pippin, and Pippin is a recolor of the Alarmal Dog, and the Alarmal Dog is bought from the Gnome Dragon Pet Battle Challenges, and it's only one of the cageable pets from Pet Battle Dungeons. But if you decide to buy Pippin, he will run you 600 Trader Tenders. I'm a pretty big pet collector, and I'm sitting at almost 1,500 unique pets at the moment. I haven't bought one off the trading post because I think the prices are a little high on them. I think they should be around 400 or 500 tenders. So again, this is one I'm probably going to pass up on this month, and when it comes around later, I'll be more willing to spend my tenders on it. But let's head over to the next item. Our next item is our first transmogable weapon. It's the Fang of the Mountain, and it's a recolor from a drop from Blackrock Foundry called the Fang of the Earth. If this is a weapon that interests you, it will cost you 400 Trader's Tenders. Again, this is something I'm going to pass on. It really doesn't pique my interest, but hopefully next month we see something that appeals to me a little bit more. So let's go on to the next item. The next item we have is a transmogable helm. It's the Lost Crown of the Arcane. It's a simple recolor of the Crown of Flame that drops from Ragnaros in Firelands, where the Crown of the Flame is a male item, so it's only usable by characters that can wear mail. This one doesn't look like it has any restrictions, so you could buy this and use it on any armor type. If you decide this is something you want to buy, the price is only 200 tenders, which really seems reasonable. I don't think I'll buy this. It does look really neat, but most of the time I turn my head transmog off. So let's go on to the next item. Our next item is a transmogable gun. It's the Black Iron Blunderbuss. Again, this is a simple recolor of the Black Iron Sniper Rifle that you can get from Iron Docks. If this is something you're interested in, the cost is only 200 Trader's Tenders, which again seems like a pretty reasonable price in my opinion. I don't think I'll buy it. I only have one hunter that I think I would use it on, and that would be my human one, so I don't think the investment is worth it. But let's push on to the next item. Our next item is another weapon, Tiercel's Wing. This item is a warglaive, so be sure before you purchase it that you can use it. If you do decide to buy this, it'll run you 200 Trader's Tenders. I personally don't think it's worth that price, being it's only usable by demon hunters. But if this did catch your eye and you don't have a demon hunter, and you can use fist weapons, go to Gundrack. You can farm up the Fist of the Deity. It's a good alternative, and it won't cost you any tenders. So let's check out our next item. Next up, we have another transmog. It's a helm transmog. It's the Crimson Bicorne. This is a pretty nice helm, but I don't think it's as nice as the Tricorn they had up a few months ago. And at a cost of 175 Trader's Tenders, I'm not sure if I want this, so I think I'm going to just freeze it and see what comes along next month. But let's head on to the next item. Our next item is another weapon. This time it is a staff. It is the Merciless Trapper's Staff. This is a recolor of a staff named Iron Talon Staff that comes from the Looking for Raid version of Hellfire Citadel. If this is something you'd like to add to your collection, it'll cost you 150 Trader's Tenders. That price seems pretty reasonable, being it's just a single weapon that can be used across multiple characters. I don't imagine I'll buy this one, being I don't normally farm up staffs, but once it comes around again, who knows what might happen. But let's push on to our next item. Up next we have a belt. This one is the Sunbleached Grimskull Cinch. This is a new item and it can be used across any armor type. If this is something you want to add to your collection, it will cost 100 Trader's Tender. The price is really good on it, but I don't think it's something I'm going to add to my collection this month. So let's take a look at what's up next. Our next item is an Ensemble. It's the Ensemble of the Wanderer's Snowy Trappings. After skipping last month, they brought this back this month. And they brought it back in a gorgeous white. I'm normally pretty stingy with my tender, but I think I'll pick this up. So let's push on to our next item. Well, up next we have our other Ensemble. This time it's the Ensemble Vagabond Snowy Threads. Again, they brought this back in a gorgeous white color, so if you're looking to add this to your collection, it will cost you 100 Trader's Tenders. I had bought this version in the black last time. I think I'm going to go with the scarf version this time around. With that said, let's head on to the next item. Our next item is a belt again. This time it's the well-worn Grimskull Cinch. This is also the first time this item has made an appearance in-game, so if this is something you'd like to buy, it's going to run you 100 Trader's Tender. I personally won't be buying it, even though the price is really reasonable, but let's take a look at what we have up next. Next up we have a cloak. It's the High Priestess's Ceremonial Drape. This cloak is a recolor of the Celerity of the Windrunner's cloak, and the only difference now is the colors look a lot better. But if this is something you wanted to add to your transmog collection, it'll cost you 50 Trader's Tenders. And for only 50 tenders, I don't think I'll be able to pass this item up. For me, it looks really good. Let's check out our next item. Next up we have a weapon. It's a bow. It's the Huntsman's Recurve bow. This is a recolor of the Expeditionary longbow. You can obtain that by going through Exile's Reach, which is the new starting zone. This is another low priced item at only 50 Trader's Tenders. It does look pretty good though. I'm not sure if I want to buy one, but I may make an alt and run him through Exile's Reach to see if I can get one. Let's push on to our last item. And our last item is a dagger. It's the Sharpened Shank. This is also a recolor of an Expeditionary item, in this case the Expeditionary Dagger. Again, you can get the original version out of Exile's Reach, and if you want to add it to your transmog collection, it's only 50 tenders. I think this would be a hard pass for me. I may just hold on to my tenders and hope next month the options are a little bit more to my liking. And finally, if you knock all your Traveler's points out for the month, you will receive the Savage Green Battle Turtle. He's not a bad looking turtle, he's just a little bit on the small side for my taste. If you stuck around to the end of the video, thanks for watching it. If you liked the video, you can give it a thumbs up, you can click on subscribe. I want to send a hi out to my best friend, and y'all take care.